Listen, basically everyone has an opinion on this. A lot of people are pissed off. There's a lot of swords being, shoved into people's throats, in people's backs. Georgia fans are pissed. They think they should be in, probably should be in. Florida State obviously is up in arms. You go undefeated. Do everything you can do, but they're on the outside looking in. What's your opinion on the way this kind of all played out?
What are you laughing about, JJ? Is this a joke?
Is it funny?
Is it a funny joke, JJ?
Kids are involved.
This is not a laughing matter. And also, I'm curious. I'm pretty sure you played in a Rose Bowl, but like now for like Georgia and Florida State, like how many of those guys do you think are just going to say like, screw it, I'm not going to play in my bowl game because we don't have the opportunity anymore, and now I'm just going to focus on going and playing in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, there is no real way to win this question here.
Yeah, here we go, JJ.
Let's take a stab at it. Why don't
for
we?
Burnley.
The first thing that I look at is as a player. Like, I sit there and I think, okay, if I'm a player, what am I thinking about? Like, a Florida State player sitting in that locker room, went undefeated all year, won their conference, the ACC. Like, it sucks for them. Like, it really does suck for a player that put everything on the line. And, yeah, your quarterback's out, but you still found a way to win. And you have no idea what's going to happen in the future, so you're going to judge us on that. Like, all I think about is if you sat there and as a player and you were like, what more did you want us to do? You can't say anything. There is nothing more that team could have done. So I think it really, really sucks for those guys. I feel really bad for them. As far as, like, the other teams, like, but and I will say at the same time, like, as a college football fan, like, am I not excited for these four teams to match up? Yeah, like it is. I do think this is going to be a great matchup in the college football playoffs. So, like, I also can't act like somebody was getting screwed. Somebody was absolutely getting screwed.
Yes,
it's just a fact.
I agree. And, obviously Florida State, if I was a player on that team or my boy was playing on that team, I would not be happy. Sweet. But also, I think I would at least try to motivate the team to be like, if you beat the back-to-back national champions – who also have a gripe in this entire thing, who won 29 straight, then they win a game or lose a game in a neutral site after beating everybody for how many years? It's like if you beat them, you should claim yourself a national champion.
You are a national champion.
If you're undefeated and you beat the back,
1,000%,
1,000%, and I would take that forever, and everybody would be like, well, they did. They did beat the back-to-back national champion. And next year, though, can't come soon enough with the 12 teams. Cannot come soon enough with the 12
fascinating.
teams. Yeah.
On campus playoff games, that's going to be so sweet.
I think Georgia would be hosting one this year.
Yes.
So, like, that would be obviously bananas down there in Athens. And you also give these dudes a chance, if they make a mistake or have a bad day. It's like, aren't we looking to give opportunity? Like, one day their whole life is ruined. That's like pretty much what college. I mean, it happened to my team. It happened to me pretty much, because we had one game against Pitt that we should have won. We win that one. We're in the national championship. We win probably against both those teams that were potentially in there. So it's like now they open it to 4, but it's like you have one bad day. It's held against Georgia, 29 straight wins, back-to-back national champions.
Nuts.
They lose one game. It's like, no, can't defend your title. It's like, that makes sense. And then Texas loses to Oklahoma after beating Alabama 3 months ago. But Alabama's a completely different team now than they were then. And Texas is a different team. It's they were never going to get it right, ever.
No, it's an impossible task. And, I mean, we should have put a camera in there. I don't know how we don't have, like, the footage. It would be, that would have done prime time numbers.
I would assume that everybody in there does not want the takes that they're having. And Petronas, the CFO of Florida, which I'm not sure how many states have CFOs, he said, they need to disclose their votes, and we're going to do something about this. And I understand why the CFO would be potentially about it. Yeah. Because the amount of money in these national championships and these college football playoffs that come to these programs, let alone the exposure and everything else that come, it's real deal. It's just like in James Madison when the Attorney General of Virginia was like, we're going to sue the NCAA for this. I'm like, okay, all right, well, good luck.
I mean, we were talking about it on the CBS set a little bit on Sunday morning before the show started, and we were kind of just talking amongst ourselves, and they were like, who do you actually think gets in? Not who do you think deserves, not who do you think actually gets in? And I was like, just follow the money, man. Like which four? Everything else is like when everything else is tight and everything is like people are like which one. I think the natural choice is to.
You think that committee thought about that? You think the committee thought about that in there when they were talking? Because that's like athletic directors.
Oh, yeah.
The head of the athletic director, the head of the whole thing is an ACC athletic director, Boo Corrigan, the man who says nothing for the entire season until after the thing he gives full answers. But like, you think that is that's a wild thing to just assume for humans.
I can tell you this: if he's the head and he is the head of ACC or whatever, and there was already rumblings of Florida State trying to leave the ACC before the season, which would absolutely crush his school. So he would want Florida State in.
You remember? You're saying, okay, you're not saying he held that against Florida State.
But yeah, what does this decision say to the ACC? It says you can win your conference and it doesn't matter. So now if you're a team in the ACC, you're like, I got to get out of here, man.
Well, they were trying to get out of there because TV deals that were potentially happening other places as well. I mean, it's all a shit show.
AJ, a lot of people, I mean, the Ohio State-Georgia thing has been a very big discussion as well. Obviously, neither of them made it in, but Ohio State being ranked lower than Georgia is also a pretty interesting one. Ohio State's only losses to the number 1 team in the country. Georgia's losses to the number 8 team. I'm not saying right or wrong, but let's hear your thoughts. AJ.
Ohio State, you guys just worry about who you guys are buying to be quarterback next.
Yeah, you guys.
That's everybody. It seems like I think honestly, Ohio State people probably feel, hey, if we're not in the top 4, you might as well be 100. Like, who cares? Exactly. It doesn't matter.
That's a shame too, isn't it?
Yeah.
End up as 5 in the country.
We should put him at 100 then. If AJ put him at 100,
you're right.
Okay. Do it.
You're right.
Make him play.
All right, we took care of
that.
Same
bowl game.
Make him play.
Bowl game still.
Nope. Make him play in the Belk Bowl.
Yeah, poinsettia bowl.
That Georgia-Florida State bowl.
Beautiful.
I hope they take it serious. I hope they play in it.
Johnny Wilson declared for the draft today. I don't know if he's playing or not, but that's just another reason. I don't know if he would have played in the playoffs or not.
No, because if Florida State wins, there are all these people that are very, very angry. Rightfully so.
Yeah,
okay,
it is a bummer.
Even bummed out.
Yeah,
they should be.
We're all very
They're
bummed
kind
out.
of bummed out.
We're bummed out about it for them. But the system is a terrible.
What if they'd have blown them out? What if they'd have won in a landslide in the ACC championship? That's the only way that they probably would have put them in. Correct?
Yes,
because everybody's talking about the Cardale Jones one. It was like, it was 59-0. That's that they kept talking about that. I don't make any of these decisions, by the way.
None.
I don't have a vote for anything. I'm on that game day and everybody knows why. I'm just, I'm firing off. I mean, Herbstreit gave Jaden Daniels the Heisman 2 or 3 weeks ago on the show, and it's like, that guy has an actual vote. Like, we gotta listen to that.
Yeah,
and
we got him in the bowl game too. Not we play LSU in the bowl game.
Yeah, you guys stink.
So. All right,
I'll be fine.
All right.
Look at 50 touchdowns.
You stink.
Who's Ohio State have? Missouri?
No, yeah, they do. Yeah, in the Cotton Bowl.
Oh yeah, because
Oregon's got Liberty.
Yep.
Yeah,
that'll be a great game.
Hey, last year.
Yes, the ball, crazy things happen.